Are you struggling with low energy right now? Are you wondering if I just drink one more cup of coffee, maybe it'll make it better? Well, this is a video for you. I want to share with you today 3 tips on what I've learned and what I share with my clients now in how to keep their energy up in midlife. And this is especially effective if you may be going through menopause or perimenopause. If we haven't met, I'm Shari Biery. I'm a purpose and well-being coach, and I help women like you rediscover yourself, prioritize your well-being, and thrive with purpose. We have so many different things that go on in midlife. You may be going through transitions with kids launching out into the world. You're taking care of maybe elderly parents. You're struggling with your own personal relationships in your life, and you're having all of these things that are hormonal changes going on, the stress in your life and in the world, and these daily demands, and they can leave you feeling very drained. So, I want to share with you these 3 tips. Tip one is fuel your body the right way. Now, this we have a lot of emotion around food. We can if we're midlife women. And a lot of times maybe we've been trained or conditioned to look at different diets and that kind of thing. And we have to remove our past experiences on how our relationship has been with food if we've had something like that, and look at prioritizing protein, fiber, healthy fats to stabilize our blood sugar and keep our energy steady. So, something you may consider looking at if you are having intense sugar cravings, or you just don't feel like you want to eat. This could be something that is triggered hormonally, but also that you're not giving yourself the right nutrients you need. So, looking at, are you getting enough protein? Are you getting a healthy dose of fiber through your vegetables if you need a fiber supplement, but also healthy fats? And healthy fats have gotten a bad rap for many years, and it's something that when you educate yourself on, you can really make a difference in how your plate looks. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is move in a way that feels good. Exercise does not have to be intense. In midlife, we need to find movement that supports our bodies, whether it's walking, strength training, yoga, Pilates, wearing a weighted vest while we do our chores at home. I've been known to do that. This is listening to our body and actually movement. Our bodies were created to move. The more we sit, the more we are going to hurt. And when we do move, it may hurt a little, but it is the way that we need to be looking at. Motion is lotion, and being able to find the right movement. I grew up on Richard Simmons and Jane Fonda videos, and knowing that there's certain times in our life where that heavy cardio is really important. And there are times in our life, and I'm not saying that we can't do that now. We just have to look at how our hormones are working and what is the right movement there. So, the other thing I want to share too, the third tip is sacred rest. These are the 3 key areas: fueling our body right, moving in a way that feels good, and looking at sacred rest. Your body heals and recharges when you are resting. Now, this means prioritizing quality sleep, but it also means creating moments of stillness throughout your day. I like to call this snack size rest, because we may get in this approach of like we have to do everything. We can't let anything not get done on our to-do list. And this is something to really look at, as how can we sprinkle rest through our day? Because you are activating and deactivating kind of your nervous system in that parasympathetic sympathetic system. And this is really important in midlife. It makes all the difference, because this is something going into kind of a bonus tip here is finding the right medical provider. Not all providers are up to date on menopause care, and there is so much information and advocacy out there right now to make an informed decision about if it's hormone replacement therapy, is looking at options that are tailored to you. Midlife doesn't mean you have to, and menopause and perimenopause doesn't mean that you have to stay silent. This is a discussion that you get to have in a closed group, like the coaching that I do provide, or being able to talk to your physician and know how to have that conversation is a really key piece. Many women walk out of doctors' offices feeling very defeated, gaslit, very overwhelmed in what's going on in your life at midlife, and you can feel really alone. And I want you to know there are solutions out there. It does mean that maybe we look at who is on your healthcare bus team, is what I love to say, your bus, in supporting you and in your journey. So remember, midlife doesn't have to mean exhaustion. We're going to redefine what's possible. So, if you want more support, you can grab my book, It's Your Turn, where I've shared practical tools to prioritize your well being. And if you want to check out more, you can check out more about me and my services at sharibiery.com.